more distance in the score.
Yeah, we got a lot of layups. We only took 9 threes and got a lot of layups, and you would think that if you shoot 60% at home, and even though we didn't rebound the ball well, we out-rebound them, and even though we didn't shoot free throws well, I've had a lot of teams shoot worse than 68%. You'd think that it wouldn't be quite as difficult as what it was, but we didn't guard the ball. They didn't score off their actions; they just scored off us not being able to guard the ball, which is pretty important.
You talk about, I think you mentioned earlier about holding leads and closing people out. I think you had 14 in the first half and 13 in the second.
Yeah.
Is there something you saw? Is it just a matter of,
of doing it? Well, I think a lot of it is you got to play smart too. We had a chance to break it open the second half, and got an uncontested dunk and try to make a great play, and they get a run-out layup, and I guarantee we lead the country in 3-point plays too. There's no question. We foul so soft, but yeah, we just don't play real smart, and then we haven't had too many guys in positions, to be honest with you, to go ahead and be the guys to close people out, for the most part, and we're not an execution team yet, so if you're not that, at least guard and rebound, and we don't do that great yet, but we did get a lot of easy shots. I can't blame it on our offense because we got the ball where we wanted to go. We just didn't do any good at stopping them.
Bill, the first half, Lee got to 14, Ben got a second foul, and 4 or 5 minutes later, it's tied. Was there a coincidence, or maybe?
I think so. Well, Ben was on a roll.
Yeah.
He was on a roll, and what did he get? Did he get it about the 5.5 minute mark? He got us about 6. He got his second, and so I thought, I'll go ahead and set him, and then it kind of drifted away, and I wasn't going to put him back in there with 2 or 3 minutes left, and that was probably not very smart. But you look at the lineups that we had out there. That was, hey, we've never even considered practicing that way. As far as, hey, let's work with this lineup together, whatever. I was just trying to find anybody to go out there and give us some positive contributions the last 5 minutes. And be honest with you, we didn't find really anybody. So we were fortunate to be up 3 at half because that thing was at 14 and it dwindled fast. And we didn't have guys step up and ride, basically stem the tide, so to speak. We just had poor play. Probably when we just need to be sound, and that led to their comeback.
The drives to the hole in the second half that were kind of bang, bang, bang. What did you see that was able to get you?
Well, Coach challenged me at halftime, all of the guards, just saying how we haven't been attacking the paint, the stuff we've been working on the past week, and I noticed that, so I figured that I should probably put pressure on the defense to help out the team, and it opened up a lot for me.
Another game where a guard kind of got away from you. Starks had the big night tonight.
Yeah, and that was one of the coach's key things in the locker room at the end, just saying that how we need to play better on the guard, because the last few games the guards has been controlling the game for the other team. So we need to, like I said, just continue to work on things, talking on defense. That was the key to a lot of Starks getting open looks. So.
Travis, you've been in a lot of these games at this point as a senior. You'd rather obviously be blowing teams out at this point in the season, but are you at least happy that you're closing games out?
You're always happy you're going to get a win, but we're not satisfied because we know as a team that we should be playing a lot better than what we are right now.
You look at the stat sheet, though, and you shoot 60%, they shoot only 40, you score 84. Did the stats feel misleading in this one?
A little bit. Because they could have came back and won that game, and we had the lead and we could have closed the game. So it could have went either way.
Travis, with Elijah and Ben in foul trouble, did you put some pressure on yourself? You scored 16 points in the second half.
Well, once Elijah and Ben went out, Elijah came to me and said that I'm gonna have to carry the team because those two guys are not out there. And like I said, Coach challenged all of the guards to attack the paint and put pressure on the defense, and that was my main focus coming out in the second half.
I tried good is Kansas in your mind? I know it's early in the year.
Who's that? Oh, sorry, I couldn't see you back there. Well, I it's early. You're right. But when I look at, I look at their team and I compare it to what I've seen only on television, they look pretty darn good. But this is the first highly ranked team that we've played. Certainly, they're a top 10 team. I mean, can they go higher? I'm sure they can. I mean, you got some good senior leadership to go along with McLemore, and I think the sky's the limit for this program. And I don't want to put the whammy on you because we played a semi-close game, but they look pretty good to me.
You were able to get their guards in foul trouble. Down here. You were able to get their guards in foul trouble, and I think the fourth foul was on both Elijah and McLemore when you posted them up. Was that something you're consciously doing? Or
Yeah,
your offense?
that is part of our offense as well. I mean, we just try and take advantage of certain mismatches when we see them, and we wanted to put some pressure on them, and it's hard to put pressure on guys who are so good. I mean, you got 1 through 7, 8 really can play anywhere. I mean, so we have to find ways to get guys in foul trouble. But then what goes along with that, we have to make foul shots too.
And did you see anything in Kansas defensively that you thought you could expose to have the kind of game you did?
The only thing about their defense is, well, one, put pressure on those guards. Those are good guys. So you want to tire them out, try to get them in foul trouble. But like Coach said, we were running our normal offense, and we saw that we could bring Withey a little higher up away from the basket. So we tried to exploit that a little more.
There's been a couple of guards that have had really big games against them this year. You're another one in that line. Is it something on tape you saw that you think, hey, if I can get loose from 3, it's going to be a great night?
Not necessarily. Those guys are big. When I was actually in layup line, I'm looking at their guards, and I'm just like, oh, they're not in awe, but because, I'm ready to play. But they're like 6'4", 6'5", big athletic guards. They're good. So you just look forward to the challenge, and you just go attack them.